she could have to save him? Yes, she said. At least, that's how she remembers it. She worries that she may have altered the movie that repeatedly runs in her head. I scanned the kitchen for my phone, she explained. It was together with my charger in a basket on the countertop. That's the clearest memory of all. The shining kitchen surfaces, gleaming from her incessant cleaning. There was no evidence of cooking, the blood from the meat soaked up by a sponge, any oily stains attacked by her antibacterial spray. She had stood back and admired her handiwork. I ran to pick up my phone and unlock the screen, she said. The 911 call was recorded and replayed. My husband seems to have choked on something, she could be heard saying on the tape, the static interference making it sound as if the words were said long ago, in another time. Now he's on the floor. Come help quickly, please. Her voice was calm. Too calm for their liking, apparently, although she thought the urgency in her voice was noticeable. She rattled off the address at the trailer park, and while an ambulance made its way, questions were asked about allergies. Before she knew it, she'd grabbed the EpiPen from the bathroom cabinet, but she wasn't sure how to use it. She was still holding it when the paramedics arrived. Someone snatched it out of her hand and jammed it into Brandon's leg. The feeling of failure makes a momentary comeback. A paramedic even insulted her by asking if she had been drinking. No, she said. No alcohol for her. She had wanted to keep a clear head. You cooked this meal? Yes. Both paramedics talked while they worked, which she found distracting. Maybe that's why it's difficult to remember everything. Too much happened at once. Did you include anything in this meal that he's allergic to? They said. The air in the trailer was thick at this point, and she hesitated before she replied. This she remembers because every head in the room suddenly turned in her direction, and she hurriedly said, No. You sure? The female paramedic asked, her greasy hair glistening in the light. Kristin confirmed that she was sure. She must have, but this is one of those moments where reality and fiction merge. What did she really say, if anything? She rests her head in her hands and looks at the communal garden below her window. It looks serene with its swaying birch trees, but also strangely unreal. Is she even here, in Sweden of all places? Or is she dreaming? That's her cue to look at the enamel ceiling light hanging over her brand new kitchen table. This lamp is the only item she packed in her suitcase. It took up most of the space and required new wiring upon arrival, but she needed it to serve as a reminder of the chaos that swept through her old Chicago home. She pushes the lacquered surface gently, watching the light sway from side to side, thinking of the beer bottle crashing, Brandon's hand around his neck, his body down. It really did happen. He was removed from the trailer and placed in an ambulance. Curious neighbors watched her as she climbed in at the back. There, she held her husband's hand, her body swerving along with the traffic, the sirens blaring loudly. I love you, she told him over and over. Loud enough for the paramedics to hear, their suspicious glances unnerving her. She cried. Her cheeks were wet for sure because Brandon had been her savior once. But at the hospital, his unkempt beard and closed eyes were placed on a pillow, and that was where it ended. He would neither love nor harm anyone ever again. He was lifeless. She's not sure how long she stayed at the hospital. Did they light a candle for him? His mother asked. I don't think so. It felt as if there was little respect for her loss. It was busy, she probably said. Everyone rushed around in sterile uniforms, and when it was time for her to leave, she was simply given a bag with Brandon's belongings. His watch, the bent leather wallet that was always tucked into his back pocket, the snakeskin cowboy boots, the plain wedding ring and